Hello? Hello?
Welcome.
My name's Carlos, and what are your names?
Carolyn.
Matt. But I'll be your dungeon master tonight.
Oh, nice to meet you. This is my friend Tyler.
Hey.
Hey.
We're here to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Sit down, relax, get comfortable.
Okay.
Make yourselves at home.
All right.
So since you guys are new, basically Dungeons and Dragons is a role-playing game. So essentially you guys are going to be taking the roles that you've chosen. So you're going to be wizard, you're going to be an archer. We'll decide your character names in a moment here, and Carolyn is going to be our veteran. So since you guys are new, we're going to have to go through some of the basics. It's pretty complicated, but it's also pretty simple. You guys will be able to do a couple of things during combat. You can do an action, which is including like attacking something or doing a spell, or what have you.
Yeah, I can do that. You can't.
There is D20s, D12s, D10s, D8s, D6s, and D4s. D4s, which are shaped like a triangle, they're like a caltrop if you drop it, so just be careful.
Especially
There
metal
might be
ones.
some hidden in the shag, so just watch your toes.
Is this one?
There's something special about the shapes. I don't know if you guys are interested in like
Shapes.
spiritual geometry, but there is a reason why they are shaped the way that they are and why they impact the game so much. So if you roll something, you don't like it, don't worry about it. So much like in life, the things you try to do are not always the things that you end up doing. You want to try and skateboard, you roll your D20, you roll a 1, you fall on your ass, you break a tailbone.
And then you can never skateboard again.
And then you're down for the count for
Then
a
you
while.
learn how to draw.
And this is my skateboarding experience, actually. Which case we'll bring into what HP is, which stands for hit points. It basically represents your health. It's very common in sort of video games, things like that. It's the number of hits you can take before you drop to 0, in which case you are unconscious, and then you can start to die.
What happens if you die?
You are dead.
I'm 5'9", 180.
I mean, you are a high elf as well.
You're short. Does that mean I'm tall? Is that what high means?
Tall, gangly, very intelligent though. Your brain is heavily weighed down by your big white beard.
Yeah.
I have a beard. Where do you have a beard?
Why would you have a beard?
I don't know. What?
What's going to be your character name?
Oh, Alfred Majorson.
Elfrin
Yeah.
Majorson?
Yeah.
Perfect. And Carlos. You can also just be Carlos.
Just Carlos.
Just
yeah.
Carlos. And Carolyn, who is Ashley, or Ash for short.
Okay, my name's way more complicated than everybody else's.
As a kind
'cause
of
I'm an alpha
test
mage.
round, we don't really need to. We'll get it.
Wait, what is it?
I was going to say I'll do a test round, but I don't really need that, because I actually have your character sheet here. Feel free to do voices if you like.
Carlos hates doing voices. I want to hear Carlos do a voice.
I could do a southern person.
Go ahead.
Southern?
Go ahead.
Hey.
Alright, you guys.
All right.
Without further ado. So, our adventure takes place on the material plane of Mora, in the open plains north of the Crack Cleaver Mountains. Carolyn, would you like to describe your character?
All right, so Ash, short for Ashley, pretty pale skin. The reason she got her name is her eyes are gray, like ashes that come after a fire. She has a decent amount of muscle on her just because she's used to wearing heavy armor and fighting with a blade.
Awesome.
Okay. Are we supposed to say anything?
Not yet.
No, she was just describing herself, dude.
Ash, a young human woman who grew up in one of these small farming villages, has been traveling through her years in search of a creature who took the life of an eccentric gnome inventor in her town. His heart was removed from his chest when she arrived. She made a pact from then on to be able to learn how to fight and to be able to bring in the person responsible when the time came. She feels she is close to finding the culprit and approaches another small farming village. You see a pair of individuals stand outside the main entrance. They appear to be reading a poster of sorts, holding out a map, discussing something between themselves. Carlos, would you like to describe your character?
My name's Carlos. I like archery. I'm with my best friend, Elfrin Majorson. Elfrin Majorson, and we're talking about posters.
Very good. Tyler, would you like to describe yourself?
I'm Alfred Majorson. I wear really cool black clothing a lot of the time because like chic. I cast magic spells and I'm 5'8", 9, 180, and I'm old as shit. I'm 194 years old.
And you know these lands well enough.
Yeah, I know them a lot. I don't even know why we have a map.
You have a
Because I
map of
know
the area.
everything. Yeah,
It's in your mind as well.
wise.
So on this poster it says, in large letters atop, missing person. Below that it says, Yeltsin Cobble, a male gnome, last seen in Delkshire. Reward, 200 gold pieces.
Damn, I'm only at 9 right now. That's a lot.
You see this armored individual begin to walk towards you.
Oh, hey, I'm poor. There's this poster that says I can get $200 if I find somebody who want to help me. Please? My name is Alfred Majorson, by the way.
Greetings, traveler.
Hey.
Do you mind if I see the poster?
Yes. Here you go.
Grab it. She sees the word gnome, and you see her eyes narrow, and she hands it back to you.
Thank you.
She's like, I have personal reasons for wanting to follow that too. I get the killing blow on the thing.
I've
if it's
never
what I
killed
think
anything
it is.
before, so I'm comfortable with that. My friend doesn't talk, by the way.
So as you guys kind of stand there, and you see on the door it says Deers and Beers Tavern.
Get a grog. Oh, we're gonna go in. Do you want to get a drink before we go to find the gnome?
Sure, why not? I've been traveling all day.
We've been looking at this poster all day, trying to help this guy read it. So,
Push open the door and wave you guys through.
Gonna kind of, as you guys enter.
awesome. We're in the bar.
Thank you.
Yes.
Tavern.
Rather small bar, crooked floors. You see behind the counter a long, uncombed hair of a human male, kind of late 40s, kind of like, greetings, travelers.
Man, this guy looks like he knows how to pour a drink.
Oh yeah, adventurers, eh?
Don't tell him about the secret mission. Yeah, we're just here to have a couple drinks.
So, anything interesting going on in these parts?
Looking at poster, are you? Yeltsin Cobble, missing for about 5 days.
What do you know of the gnome?
Me?
Yeah, what do you know?
I remember one time he was kicked in the face, actually, by a mule, fractured his jaw.
What did he do to the mule?
I couldn't tell you, but he was dicking around with it for some sort.
Okay.
Don't mess with those mules. They can be jackasses sometimes.
Do you know about anything that happened, like what happened at all, or is everything just mysterious and nobody knows?
Oh, me? No. I'm just a humble barkeep.
Yeah, but barkeeps know everything.
That is true.
If you don't know, would someone else in the town know? And I am going to, I forgot how much gold I had. I am going to slide him 2 gold pieces and be like, I'm sure someone as yourself would know more or know who we could talk to.
Can you roll me a persuasion check?
I like the bribe.
I like it.
Nat 20. So altogether, 25.
I'm happy to take the coins, but unfortunately, I wish I was able to say more. That's why he's missing. Nobody seems to know where he's gone.
Do you have to beat this guy up for taking our money?
However,
Okay.
Where does he live?
about northwest of town, maybe 15 minutes walk or so.
All right, so let's start heading up there.
You start walking
Yeah.
towards.
Start walking towards the gnome's house.
Okay. As the walk continues, forcing you to walk around small overhangs and cliff sides where the lands are kind of broken and uneven in areas. Eventually, you see a tall formation, massive boulders piled high as you crest the top of a hill. You guys can place yourselves as you see fit.
Oh,
As we're doing this walk, I'm just going to ask you guys why you started adventuring. Was it just for the money?
For me, it was definitely the money, and for him, I just wanted to teach him how to read.
I had an old friend who taught me a lot. He got killed, and now I'm going to kill the thing that killed him.
Everybody has something cool and he just can't read.
You see 6 relatively flat-faced boulders, kind of dug into the ground around it. You see like the grass is kind of growing up around, and they've been there for a very long time. And you see amongst them 6 cloaked figures. And as you kind of realize this, you begin to hear this low, muddled hum.
That's sketchy.
This kind of you see a small gnome, chained and unmoving.
Oh man, actual chain. Do you want to rain down the fire or whatever it is you blast and I just charge in?
Yeah. From where I am, I wanted to cast magic missile on any 3 of them.
You grab your staff, you kind of, you see several little globes kind of, so roll me a d4. So that's 2 plus 1 for each globe. So
Which one is it?
each dart does 3 damage, basically. It's a 2.
It's a 2?
Yeah.
It's the one on top.
D4s are weird. As you do this, you see the globes kind of, and then all at the same time kind of shoot across the land. You see them like streak through, and then you see 3 of these individuals just get smacked.
Holy.
Did good damage.
And you hear the humming kind of cease and stop immediately as they kind of, they disrupt thee. All right, so Carlos, you are first. As you see them, like one of them point towards you as he's kind of rubbing his face, and you see this kind of black and blue singe mark across his face.
That was
and
me.
pointing towards you guys. What do you want to do?
Look to Ash for guidance, because Ash has fought many times before, I would assume.
Just gonna look at her and be like,
What do you think we should do?
She'll be like, "You're good with that bow, right?
Yeah.
Use it."
I draw my bow back and I hit the closest person I can see.
So as you kind of like nervously knock this arrow like you haven't done it in a while, all of a sudden your instincts kick in and you kind of feel your muscles flex and your chest expand out as you kind of crank the bow back, and this arrow just like a dart across as he's pointing towards you and just right through his face as he drops dead.
Sweet.
Okay, so that's your turn. Elfrin, what do you want to do?
I have sleep. I could make that guy on the left fall asleep real quick.
Try and do that.
Yeah, it says roll 5d8.
I'll add them all up together, yeah.
8, 12, 15, 21.
Okay, 21. Okay, as you kind of step up, yeah, that was a really high roll actually. Well, so they're just laying down. You see him kind of like curl up in like a little dog bowl. They're having a lovely time. Great dreams about, cult things. And then this guy will run up and take an attack at you.
This guy too?
Yeah,
Here?
yeah. So as he kind of draws his sword out, he goes, "Do not disrupt the ritual!"
I just have to ask, do you guys care about swearing?
Oh, fuck.
No.
Okay, awesome. She's gonna be like, "Fuck your ritual." It does not hit. My
Right,
AC is
right.
21.
As he kind of comes in, just cling. Okay, so you guys are focused on the cultists at the moment. You don't even hear this, but you hear this gentleman scream and kind of like look past as you're wincing from this wound, and his eyes go up and yours go up instinctively, and you see this winged shadow emerging from the clouds above.
Oh, no.
Who disturbs my meal? This like man-looking face surrounded by a mane almost like a lion, and you see kind of like brown fur and like barbed tail of spikes.
I know what I'm doing for my action. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast this thing.
As you see like this reach out into this creature, and you see its body kind of like shoot with black energy as it impacts. You see it almost lose for a moment as it kind of drops in altitude for a moment before kind of like, who dares? This guy who's up at the rock is gonna go over here and wake up his homie.
Dang it.
So he's gonna stand up for half his movement and then draw his sword and start running towards you guys, but that's all he can do.
It's 3v1. He's going to get...
Actually, he's gonna use his action to wake up his other buddy.
Oh.
And then it is the Manticore's turn. And you see the tail come up from behind and several barbs shoot out from it. So I'll do Carlos first. So what's your AC? It'll be, basically that's your armor class is what it's called.
18.
18? That's awesome. It misses, absolutely misses.
I cartwheel out the way.
Okay, so these barbs just kind of into the ground next to you, into you, Elfrin.
I'm gonna take out my quill and ink pen, or bottle of black ink in my quill, and I have personal papers, and on the back I want to draw a little doodle of them so I have a memory if I survive.
Okay, I'll allow.
It's a 4.
You hear the paper rip as you do, as you kind of slide in behind the rock and you look at it after, you're like, I don't know what the fuck I just do. As this creature kind of, infantiles, allow me. As he swoops up for a moment before swooping down towards you to meet your challenge. That's all he's got. Carlos, you're up.
I'm going to climb up onto this rock here. I'm gonna pull out my bag of black ink.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna throw it at the giant monster.
Okay.
I have a question. Are you aiming for his eyes?
I'm afraid.
Just his head. I rolled a 1.
Oh!
You pull out the bag of black ink and like you clench in order to like get a better grip, and it just pops in your hand. And you see black ink just.
Okay, I want to try to create a minor illusion.
What's this an illusion of?
A fair maiden.
Okay.
Maybe make it a fair gnomish maiden where this thing
yeah, so it's
eats
easier
gnomes.
to make.
Okay.
Yeah, a fair gnomish maiden.
As he's kind of rushing towards you, and you're like, wait, look. There is a very interesting looking gnomish maiden just standing there idly, though, all of a sudden, kind of like, yoo-hoo. So that's your turn. Ash, you're up again.
I'm gonna hex this thing with my bonus action.
Double hex.
Yeah.
As you kind of hear this kind of pull out, he kind of bats it away just before you can make your swing. You can make an attack of opportunity if you like.
Would you allow Booming Blade because it's kind of an attack and a spell?
Yeah, sure. It's just, like it's one of those resonating boom that kind of spreads across the land. You hear as he just drops. Carlos, you're up.
I have a small knife,
I
so
think you have other weapons. That's not a small knife.
I'm gonna throw it at his head.
Roll me an attack roll.
Oh, it's a 20.
Even if he was at full health, he would have. Actually, this guy is at full health. Anyway, you killed him.
You one-shot him with a small knife.
He takes one swipe at you, and you're just kind of.
I want to do my poison spray on the guy right next to me.
Okay.
And then try to run after I do it.
So he takes no damage, actually. So he gets his arm in the way and just kind of like blocks his face as he kind of like shakes it off to the side.
Didn't get a good picture.
That's your
My
turn.
pepper spray, poison spray didn't work.
It's pepper spray. Get off of me! Manticore's turn. He flies up to the top again and kind of. Manticore. He's going to shoot some barbs at you guys again.
Oh, fuck. Wait, have you been hit yet?
22 hits, that's for sure. As you take 8 points of piercing damage. Ash, you're up again.
I'm gonna magic missile this sucker.
Okay. Smash into him either way, and he kind of like.
I'm going to give my my health potion to Carlos.
Let's go. Thank you.
Throws it up.
Yep.
Catch it. As you kind of slug this down, it tastes like cherry cough medicine.
Oh, he hates
I hate cherry cough medicine.
Pressing into the ground, you see it give away just a little bit. An air of weakness. Elfin, you're up.
I'm moving over here.
Okay, just keeps going from rock to rock to rock.
I'm gonna cast my minor illusion over by the gnome. I want another fair gnome maiden, but it's just for this guy because he's going through a lot right now.
He doesn't seem to be moving. He's like chained to a rock.
Can he see?
You don't know.
Does he have eyes? Dang, just in case you can see it, I'm still putting the fair gnome maiden over there for his eyes to see if he just wants it.
You see a very sexy gnome all of a sudden, and you're like, what? That's your turn?
Yeah, that's all I want to do.
You're up.
I'll Eldritch Blast this guy.
All right, roll me an attack roll. Is that a crit?
It is a crit because of my hex.
And this black arc of energy shoots directly into its throat, and you see it completely disembody from the rest of it, and just. And the body slumps over the top of the rock as the head kind of like rolls down to your feet.
Oh my goodness. Let's go.
And you see this gnome chained up to this rock. You guys unchain him and begin your path back to the small village. That is where we will end our session. Good job, guys.
Awesome. No, thank you. That was actually sick. That was amazing. Thank you so much.
Set up.